Welcome to another exciting episode of KOS. And today I am so happy to bring you one of my childhood favorite characters from, I believe it's like 1992, when Marvel was doing this whole shake-up trying to get readers more involved. But Prime One Studios captured this statue in the perfect light in all its glory. I give you none other than Spider-Man 2099. Now, a lot of guys ask me, hey King, why this Spider-Man? This Spider-Man is probably my favorite Spider-Man, to be honest with you, right? Because he's of Mexican and Irish descent. His name is Miguel O'Hara. Okay, so he's not Peter Parker in an alternate dimension or alternate reality. He is far in the future, 2099, and the way he becomes Spider-Man is completely different. You know, he debuted in Spider-Man 2099, issue 1, and it was a nice take on the character. Now listen, this is how he became. He didn't get bit by a spider. He was a scientist, right? And he worked for this corporation. His boss was evil, and his boss got him addicted to this drug. So on this drug, which he would charge enormous amounts of money, that these guys were highly addicted to keep them in order, to keep them working. So what he did, he's decided to rewrite his genetic code to write out the addiction to the drug. Smart, right? Fantastic. But there was an employee that was working there as well that was willing to do anything to climb the ladder. So what the employee did while he was rewriting his genetic code, the employee came and hit all the levels up on the computer and the sequences, right? Blew up the lab. So he gets bombarded with all this genetic code rewriting, and he, escapes from the lab. He gets the suit. Now, excuse me. The suit is where this comes in from, right? This is where the Mexican comes in. He was celebrating the Day of the Dead. This is actually a costume from the Day of the Dead. Now, on the way home with the Day of the Dead costume that he had on, it was a Thor worshiper, right? Because Thor 2099. He used it's this glider stuff, and it looks like webbing. So it's like a glider cape, but it's tattered. So that's what it looks like, webbing. So that allows him to glide, right? Whereas the regular Spider-Man produces webbing he makes the webbing in the web shooters. This Spider-Man has organic web shooters, right? It comes out of his skin. He has spinners like real spiders that shoots. He makes the web out of his body. Do you remember that when Sony did that and they had that in that Spider-Man movie? Oh, Tobey Maguire was making web fluid. It was, they was trying to reference this guy and trying to make it happen, but no, he's not Peter Parker. He's Miguel O'Hara, and yes, he has organic webbing. He doesn't make webbing. Yeah, it comes out of his body, right? Now, this is the complete differences between this Spider-Man and our amazing Spider-Man is he has claws. His claws they can cut through steel. They're on his fingertips, right? And that's what he uses to stick to walls and stuff like that. And he's able to, glide from here to there. He has super strength. But the big difference is he does not have spidey sense. He doesn't have the Peter tingle, right? So I gotta yell out pause. Every time I hear the Peter tingle, I gotta yell out pause. But he doesn't have that. And that's the biggest difference between 2099 and Amazing Spider-Man Peter Parker. They did cross paths in alternate realities. They did merge. He did fight the Superior Spider-Man, and hopefully I can get a Superior Spider-Man statue whenever one is made, because I did like that. And I will go into detail on who the Superior Spider-Man is. That's a secret for later on. But I I got a couple of statues in, from eBay, and this one was from a Facebook friend of mine, and great statue group, and the statue came through, and he had it for a great price. Normally, you can catch these statues at aftermarket for $1,200 on eBay. I got it for a decent price, so I had to pull the trigger on it. Always wanted the statue. I thought the statue was fantastic. And let's get into Prime One's rendition of 2099 amazing, well, not amazing, 2099 Spider-Man. Now, this statue was one of the hardest bases to put together. It's a very intricate base with interweavings. It's like not a kaleidoscope, like a gyroscope. It's like a gyroscope within the ball, right? That he's standing on, and that ball lights up. As you're gonna see in pictures later, and a picture right here, you can see that it turns different colors, right, as it goes. If you're watching it in the background, you'll see purple, you'll see red, you'll see yellow, and it has a battery inside of it and a small computer chip that's inside of it that it does this. You push down on the middle of the sphere and it turns many different colors. The smoke is a clear resin. It's around the bottom. The webbing that goes around on the outside looks very metallic, silkish, a very heavy thread. The suit on him is so well done. Prime One Studios does great work. Very intricate, okay? So when you look at the red pops, the blue pops, the texture in the costume is fantastic. You can see the claws in the hand. It looks great. The facial definition, you don't see seams in the character because he's one whole piece, right? So the base is many different pieces, probably like 15, 20 pieces total. It comes with this picture. This is the diagram right here that you have to follow this diagram front and back. Thank God they put this inside the box because you would never put the statue together, to be honest with you. A lot of different moving parts to it, and it finally comes together in this dynamic pose. I am so happy to have this statue. I am so happy to be able to bring this statue to you. This is one of the premier Spider-Man that I wanted. Until I can find an amazing Spider-Man, I think this is going to be my Spider-Man centerpiece. Until that can happen, I have a couple of more villains of Spider-Man that I will be debuting over the next couple of weeks. But this is Prime One's Studios 2099 Spider-Man. And it is truly outstanding. If anyone happens to have this piece, it's an older piece, but it's new to me, and it's new to you, right? You got a chance to see it. I got a chance to bring it to you, and I'm happy we get a chance to share this together. So this is the part of the video when I ask you to like, follow, and subscribe, and also hit that join button. Hit that join button down at the bottom. Follow the Iron Lords. Join up with the Iron Lords as we go to these trade shows, and also go to lordsofgaming.net where you can see a ton of opinion pieces, a ton of reviews, hard gaming reviews by the Lord Addict. He is one of the best guys out here playing these games, and he conquers these hard games without any problems, like with ease. It's truly something to see. Also, we have The Last Word with Lord Cognito and Ebontis, and old episodes of KOS that you can see in Combat Talk with the King. Listen, guys, stick around, watch this video. It has tons of pictures. It has extra video that you can see the statue up close, so you can see the intricacies that I'm talking about. This is an amazing statue, and I'm so happy that you can share in this with me. And also, I want you to stay collecting. See you next week with a new episode of KOS.